Hello and welcome back to Boxing Social in association with Betfred. My name is Ayman Khan. I'm here with Alex Fearon, who is fighting for the Midlands area welterweight title on March 4th. Alex, first of all, pleasure to meet you. How's life treating you?
It's treating me good, thank you very much. Can't complain really. Just in the gym training, working hard. Yeah.
Alex, when you get like a fight date, when you've got a fight ready to kind of rock and roll, do you get that kind of switch flipped in terms of your training, in terms of being able to focus on something now? Or is it just is that how you are in terms of your training anyway, professional as ever?
Well, I do. Yeah, I train all year round, whether whether I have a fight day or not. I'm always in the gym, but it's always a lot. It's always easier to get up and find the motivation to get into the gym when I know I've got a fight and I've got a fight day. It's just easy to push. So it's always hard. It's hard to go to the gym and push yourself that extra little bit when you're tired. If you don't know when you're going to be next fighting, it's kind of like when you've got that date in your head, that opponent in your head. It's easier to push through when you get tired and get them extra rounds in.
Can you tell me, Alex, how did the fight come about? Because it looks like, from judging from your kind of previous history, the Midlands title is a title that you're looking to secure. Haven't had the success just so far, but it's one that you want to kind of get as you kind of look forward to progressing your career. So tell me about how this fight came about with Jamie.
Yeah, it just well, I was in training basically because I fought for the Midlands in December against Kyle called Kyle Hayward, I think his name is. It was literally a last minute thing. It was on 2 weeks notice. I took the fight because I was in the gym taking over and stuff, and it was around my weight. It was a couple of weights up. It was at super welterweight at 11 stone, but I was in and around that weight anyway. The fight came about and we looked at him. We thought, yeah, to be honest, we've got the beating of him, so we took the fight, and it was a very close fight, to be honest. I still feel that I kind of was on the wrong end of a bad decision. I thought I at least deserved a draw out of the decision, but he got the home decision on a point. And basically, we was promised we was going to get a rematch, and the rematch was possibly. Sorry, no, the fight was in September, and the rematch was possibly going to be in December. So I was training for that, but the rematch never came through. But I kind of stayed in the gym, and then luckily Clifton told me that there was the welterweight Midlands belt was being contested with Jamie Stewart, and he was going to try and get me in with that, and luckily he got me in with the shot.
Jamie, he's a decent fighter. He's had those wins against Michael Hennessy Jr. The draw with Florian Marco is probably the most high-profile one that we most know about him. But what do you know about Jamie in terms of the challenges he's going to pose to you on the 4th of March?
He looks, to be honest with you, from what I've seen of him, he looks pretty awkward. There's nothing about him that I think, like I'm worried about or anything. That I think he does particularly well. He just looks really awkward, to be honest. He's got on him styles where you can look at him and think, oh, he's no good, but you can see being in there with him, it'll just be an awkward task where I'm gonna probably have to get used to him for the first couple of rounds, get used to how he moves, because he seems to move quite a bit. But then once I figure him out, I think I'll be able to get the job done quite easy, to be honest.
You mentioned about obviously these close losses that you've had, kind of back to back, to be fair. And just speaking to you so far, yeah, you strike me as a guy who doesn't seem all that kind of demoralized by that. To be fair, you kind of seem like you're at peace with it because of how close those fights were. First of all, Alex, what did you learn about yourself and about boxing from those 2 losses?
Well, I learned a lot, to be fair. The losses, I learned a hell of a lot, to be honest. That was during lockdown against Ben Fields. I moved down a weight, to be honest. Because I've lost one. I lost one before that, but basically what happened was I moved down a weight because my first ever loss, I didn't really take anything. I didn't really look at the fight, to be honest, and kind of look at what I did wrong. All I did from it was I said, oh, look, I can make 10 stone. So I moved down to 10 stone. And then obviously lockdown came and stuff, so that was hard. But then I got put in for the Midlands with Ben Fields at 10 stone. And from that fight there, just it opened my eyes. To be honest, it was a very tough fight. It took me to a place I've never been before in my life. To be honest, in the corner sometimes I was sat there not knowing how I was gonna get through the next 3 minutes. I was that tired and exhausted. From the way he fought, it was relentless, to be honest. But from that, it showed me that I've got a lot of heart. I've got a very good chin, and it just kind of showed me that I'm built for this, and I just need to flip the switch in my head, because that's where I lost that fight. I didn't lose that fight on ability, because I'm a better boxer. I'm definitely a better boxer than him. I lost that fight on not being switched on enough and just trying to my focus just wasn't on the fight. My focus was on what we're doing after the fight. What am I wearing to the ring? What's my music gonna be when I come out to the ring? And that's kind of where I lost that fight, really.
With that said, then, what would it mean for you to win the title on March 4th? Because looking at that, because it's been a bit of a hill for you to climb, it seems like it'd be something that means a lot more than it would to other fighters getting that title and finally kind of pushing on from there.
Yeah, no, it would mean a lot to me, to be honest. It would mean a lot to me in a lot of ways, really. First and foremost, I want to win it. I want to win the fight more for, not more for, but I want to win the fight for Clifton in a lot of ways, because the amount of time and effort he's put into me, and the belief that he's shown in me to this point. Because a lot of trainers obviously would have probably just said, you know what, like, we've tried, it's not gonna work, and just kind of gave up. But Cliff stuck in with me, and he's pushed in with me, and he's developed me a lot, to be fair. In this last year, I've come on a lot, and I can see it myself that I've come on a lot. And it's not just all ability. I have come on in my ability, but a lot of it's to do with just the mental side of boxing that a lot of people don't really understand, and I never understood. And Cliff made me see that now. So it would mean a lot for me to win it just for him, but it would mean a lot for me as well, because I've always looked at myself as a fighter that is past the mid. I'm above the Midlands level, and it's a fight where I just keep getting. It's a point where I keep getting stuck at, and I shouldn't keep getting stuck here, really. And it's once I do get this title on March the 4th, I can finally forget about it, move on. I'll probably defend it, stick around there for a bit, but then I can look to push on and move on and get myself to where I feel I should be within boxing.
Alex, you raised something that quite interests me there. You said, obviously Clifton having that faith in you, but tell me from your own words, why do you think Clifton does have that faith in you? Because you must be doing something right for him to, like you said, other people would have kind of just let you go. But what is it about you that's kind of giving him that faith in you?
I think, to be honest, it's from my amateur days, really, because although I've had 12 professional fights now, I'm actually not experienced at all. I only had 11 amateurs. In them 11 amateurs, I won 9, I lost 2, and again, the 2 losses that I had, especially my last one, was definitely a robbery. I should have won that one. But I think in my amateur days, Cliff obviously saw a lot of heart in me. I went on and I won the novice. Back then, it was called the novice ABA, so it was the under 10s championship. I won that. So Cliff, I think just from there, Cliff kind of knew I was a winner, really. And then after suffering my first defeat, I think it did take a lot on. It affected me mentally a lot, I think. And it was kind of like I didn't realize it. I just kind of pushed it all to the back of my head and just kind of said, oh, you know what? It's because of my weight. I went down a weight, and then I lost then. And then it's kind of like I've just kind of been trying to get through, trying to win the Midlands, but I don't know. It's just I think mentally it's affected me a lot with the losses. But now Cliff's worked with me over this last year. I feel like I'm at a place now mentally where I'm ready to push on now, and I'm ready to get this title and just move on, really.
Derby is a very growing area. I suppose the Midlands, I suppose, in fair, but Derby specifically, you got some rising talents coming through now. You got Sandy Ryans, Zach Parkers. It looks like kind of promoters want to do something big in the area. Do you have your eyes on a potential Pride Park appearance should a fight happen there? Do you want to kind of be on that stage if someone does put a show on there?
Oh yeah. I'd love to be on that stage, to be honest. I'd love to be on any big stage that I could get onto, really. That'd be massive. That'd be good. That'd be amazing.
And yeah, so give me the final word in terms of what happens when you step through the ropes with Jamie. You might not feel it that way. I mean, you can probably answer this as well too, in terms of, do you feel that kind of pressure coming in as well with the losses that we mentioned coming into this one? And tell me how the fight unfolds as well.
To be honest, I don't feel any pressure really. That's where that is one of my downfalls, I think. And when I say the mental side of it as well, it's like I let the pressure get to me. I've kind of, I don't want to say crumbled under pressure, but I've just kind of frozen. I've just frozen and not really performed to the best of my abilities. So this time around, I'm just excited. I actually can't wait to get in the ring because I'm so much more understanding of the mental side of boxing and being in front of people. I just want to, now I'm at a point where I can't wait to get in there and show everyone what I can do. Whereas before, I'd be worrying about this or worrying about that. I've got no worries in my head. I just want to get in there and show everyone what I can do. And on March the 4th, I'm bringing the title home. I'm going to beat Jamie Stewart. I honestly don't think he's got anything. No disrespect to him, because all respect to him. He does look like a very awkward boxer, but I just think in terms of boxing, obviously you hear everyone say it, there's levels to boxing. I just don't think he's anywhere near me in terms of levels, to be honest. And on March the 4th, I will be winning that title.
Alex, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. I wish you all the best in your Midlands area title fight. Alex, could you tell me where can people find you to follow your journey on social media?
Yeah. On Instagram, my Instagram name is a.w Fearon, Fearon. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I've not got Twitter at the moment. I need to get Twitter, but at the moment, yeah, it's just Instagram.
Alex, once again, thank you so much for speaking to myself and Boxing Social. All the best for March 4th.